be with you today. I am coming to you live from my office, as you might be able to tell. I want to remind you as we come together in this space that you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we think that what gives us value is something else, anything else. We think it's perhaps what we have or what we know or who we know or how many people we know or how popular we are or what our salary is or our title. There's a long list of things that we think will help us gain value, earn value, increase value. This past weekend's message that I gave at St. James was about the book of Ecclesiastes, where uh, the preacher tells us that we often chase after vain and meaningless things, thinking that somehow they will make our lives worthwhile. When the fact is, you are already infinitely precious. I've said before that I chose those two words together on purpose, very much on purpose, or perhaps I didn't choose them, perhaps they were given to me from beyond. But first of all, precious speaks about worth or value. But to add the modifier infinitely precious means there's no comparison. There's simply no comparison. You are you, and being you is a gift just in itself. Just in itself. It's not dependent on what you do or who likes or doesn't like you or how much money is in your bank account. It's not based on how much you know. And I have to remind myself of that quite frequently because, as you can see in the background over there, those are a few of my books. Those are my daily books, the books that I pull off the shelf and read on a virtually daily or at least weekly basis in some portion. Over here, off to the side where you can't even see it, are a ton of other books. And somehow I think if I keep learning more and knowing more, that I'll be more valuable to the work that I do, to the people that I meet, and the like. When in fact I already have this truth that has been presented to me, and that truth is I'm already infinitely precious. It's not something I need to worry about, well, that person over there seems more precious than me, so I'm going to have to work a little harder so I can earn a little bit more preciousness and perhaps surpass that other person. It's not a competition. There is no other you. Never will be, never has been. There is only you. You are a manifestation of love embodied as you. And if we can get out of our ways, and we are often in our own way, we often block our own ability to share our worth because we're trying to earn it on the side as if that were possible. If it stops being a comparison, a competition to prove who is more precious than someone else, then suddenly the neighbor is not the competitor, but just the neighbor. Suddenly I don't measure that other person by all sorts of predetermined little settings in my brain, patterns that I picked up over a lifetime about how to value somebody that might be based on their religion or the clothing they're wearing or the color of their skin or the gender that seems to present. All of those kinds of things tend to be ways that I can compare myself and differentiate myself as better than, or, uh, you know, I'm always perceiving and defining through differentiation. When we're all part of the same beautiful universe, each bearing an infinite amount of preciousness because there is no other. There is no other. So much of the preciousness in our world is artificial. We say gold is more precious than other metals. Why? because we've agreed to that. But if you're, as earlier in military conquest years ago, we learned if you have beautiful gold armor, he just slices right through that. Steel is better in that case. We have decided that diamonds are more precious than emeralds or rubies. Why? Because jewelers want to make more money off of them, probably, because they're rare and hard to find. But the preciousness that we have defined as a society is not the preciousness that defines us. It's not the norms of the society. I believe the God of it all, of everything, of the universe. Every atom is precious to God, and every person and being is precious to God. And that preciousness cannot be measured. It's infinite. So you are infinitely precious. Stop spending your time comparing yourself to someone else, to what they have, to what they know, to how they look, to what they do, all those kinds of things. And instead, appreciate the gift that you already are. Because if you live from that giftedness, we're going to receive that gift because you're you. Without any trappings, any need to measure, just be you. I'm going to keep working on just trying to be me. Not what everybody else thinks I should be, no matter who that person is, but instead just be me. And if I can truly be the me God made me to be, then I can be that precious gift to others just by being me. Not the person I pretend to be so I think everyone will value me, but the person I really am. So remember today and every moment, you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. I hope you will have a good day, a good week, a good year. Whenever you're watching this, just remember you are precious and that your value cannot be measured by anyone, no matter what they say. So ignore the haters, if you will, and recognize you are infinitely precious. Until the next time,